to Brainbox. Today we are going to learn an interesting topic, rain. Rain, where does it come from? Kids, have you observed the clouds like this in the sky anytime? Think now, like fair and white, grey and black. The clouds arrive in a magic pack like elephants and horses, dogs and fawns. Sometimes they look like a pair of swans. In moments they come, in moments they go. Sometimes they freeze and for weeks they stay. And sometimes they disappear for many a day. Sometimes they pour, sometimes they thunder, spreading the colors in a rainbow of wonder. And sometimes they hail, pelting the ground, breaking the glass in ringing kinds. Now, have you ever seen these things in the clouds? What all do the clouds do? Have you ever seen a rainbow? When can you see a rainbow? What happens when it rains? What is the relation between rain and clouds? Finally, rain, where does it come from? Answers for all these questions we are gonna learn now. Before entering into the topic, when it rains, making paper boats and floating them on water is really fun, isn't it? Yes. So, clouds. Clouds are made up of tiny water droplets. When these droplets grow, they eventually become too heavy to stay suspended in the sky and fall to the ground as rain. Some droplets fall through the cloud and coalesce into raindrops on their way down. As more and more droplets join together, they become too heavy and fall from the cloud as rain. So, warm air always can hold more moisture than cool air. When the warmer air is cooled and the moisture condenses, it often rains more heavily. Rain is a liquid precipitation, that is, water falling from the sky. Raindrops fall to earth when clouds become saturated or filled with water droplets. Millions of water droplets bump into each other as they gather in a cloud. When a small water droplet bumps into a bigger one, it condenses or combines with the larger one. As this continues to happen, the droplet becomes heavier and heavier. So, when the water droplet becomes too heavy to continue floating around in the cloud, it falls to the ground as rain. So, human life depends on rain, right? So, rain is the source of fresh water for many cultures where rivers, lakes are not easily accessible. Rain makes modern life possible by providing water for agriculture, industry, hygiene, and electrical energy. Government groups and individuals collect rain for personal and public use. So, water is one of the most valuable resources on earth. So, rainwater fills the reservoirs that supply the drinking water, provide a habitat for fish to live, and nourishes the soil with water necessary for vegetation. For growing crops during the farming season, helps people and animals for harvesting and consumption purposes respectively. So, it is believed that all the sources of water, rain are the best for use in our homes and also generates tropical humidity. So, what is a rainbow? Have you seen rainbow? Yes, rainbow occur when the sun shines through water droplets in the air. These water droplets bends the sunlight and separate into 7 colors. Those colors are red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo and violet. Have you seen snow falling from the sky anytime? Snow, sleet and hail. What are they? Snow crystals form when water droplets in clouds become very cold. So the snow crystals fall from the cloud, forming snowflakes. The air below must be freezing or the snowflake will melt and turn to rain. Sleet, it is a mixture of snow and rain. It is not light and fluffy like a snowflake, and hail is hard frozen rain. It is usually the size of a pea but sometimes grow as large as a golf ball. So, hail can fall from the sky at any time of the year, not just during the winter time. In this point, here we can observe that water exists in three forms. Generally, pure water is tasteless, odorless and colorless. So, water can occur in three stages. They are solid form as ice, liquid and gaseous form as water vapor. Coming to solid water, ice is the frozen water. When water freezes, its molecules move apart, making ice less dense than water. This means that ice will be lighter than the same volume of liquid water, and so ice will float on water. So water freezes at 0 degrees Celsius or 32 degrees Fahrenheit. Liquid water. So liquid water is wet and fluid. This is the form of water with which we are most familiar. So we use liquid water in many ways, including washing and drinking. Third form is water as a gas. Vapor is always present in the air around us, though you cannot see it. So when you boil the water changes from a liquid to a gas or water vapor. As some of the water vapor cools, we see it as a small cloud called steam. So this cloud of steam is a mini version of the clouds we see in the sky. At sea level, steam is formed at 100 degrees Celsius or 212 degrees Fahrenheit. So all this is part of a water cycle. The water cycle is the journey water takes as it circulates from the land to the sky and back again. So the water vapor attaches to small bits of dust in the air. It forms raindrops in warm temperatures. In cold temperatures, it freezes and forms snow or hail. For instance, if you are thirsty, you like to drink ice water than normal water. But as you are drinking, you can realize that you are experiencing two very different forms of water. They are ice and liquid water. If you suddenly catch a cold, your parent may give you steam inhalation, right? So steam is a third form of water and these three states are interchangeable. How? When you pour the water in ice cube tray and keep it in fridge, after a while liquid water cools down and forms as an ice cube, that is solid form of water. When ice is heated, it converts into water, and if water is heated, it turns into vapor form. Similarly, when water vapor is cooled, we can get back the water. If water is cooled, further we will get ice. So it occurs in nature too. For instance, you hang up a wet towel and when you come back it is dry. You set out a bowl of water and when you see again the water level in the bowl has dropped, even your doggy has been nowhere around the bowl. So where did this missing water go? It evaporated. That means some of the liquid water in the towel or bowl changed into an invisible gas called as water vapor and drifted away into the atmosphere. Here evaporated contains the word vapor. So the same thing is constantly happening with oceans, lakes, rivers, swamps, swimming pools, and everywhere water is in contact with air. So the process of evaporation followed by condensation causes the formation of clouds. So water present on the earth's surface gets evaporated due to the sunlight and then rises up in the atmosphere. On reaching a certain height, water vapor present in air enables to form tiny droplets of water. These water droplets collect to form clouds that float in air. So to understand this, let us perform one activity. It is clouds in kitchen. Take a vessel filled with water. Keep it on a stove and heat it slowly. Observe for some time. Now cover the vessel with a plate. Remove the plate after a couple of minutes. Do you see any changes on the inner surface of the plate? Now pour some cool water on the plate and observe what happens. What similarities do you find between evaporation of water from surface of water bodies and evaporation of water from a bowl heated in the kitchen? From both these cases, we know that water vapor helps to form clouds. We can perform another activity here to understand condensation. Now take some water in a glass, add some pieces of ice to it. Observe for a few minutes. Now what changes do you observe on the outer surface of the glass? You would observe formation of small drops of water on the outer surface of glass, right? So why are these drops formed? Do drops form if there is no ice in the glass? So ice cold water in the glass cools its surface. Air around the glass contains the water vapor which is warmer than the surface of the glass. So due to the cold glass, air close to its surface will also become cooler. So this changes the water vapor in the air around the surface of the glass into the water and forms small drops on the outer surface of glass. From both these cases, we can observe that water vapor helps to form the clouds.